So I'm pretty excited to get this last wine in. Recently, the Consorzio di Brunello, the Brunello di Montalcino consortium had a event in New York, and I go to this most years, and it was pretty cool the way they do it because of the pandemic, and because they set this up and it was so successful during the pandemic. They well, which is still going on, of course. They decided to keep it the format, and that is you sit at a round table. You can choose from over 150 different Brunello wines from different wineries, and you give a card. You create your own flights of 5 wines. You give a card to a sommelier. He brings over the caddy with the wines and pours out this taste of the wines for you. It was all very civilized, and tasted some pretty fascinating to be able to taste. I think we went through 9 flights of 5, so probably about 45 wines we went through in a couple of hours, and which was pretty cool. And this is a winery that I'm familiar with, and really was super pleasantly surprised to see that because they're not one of the big names in Brunello, even though the person who runs this winery's great-grandfather was one of the founders of the Consorzio. So the wine is, without any further ado, it's the Donatella Cinelli Colombini Rosso di Montalcino, 2019. So it is not a Brunello. It's the second label of Brunello. You know, I think the very first month of the club, we had a Longa Nebbiolo from one of the Barolo producers, like their secondary wine. We had Maddalena de Pasqua's, if you recall, her Valpolicella Rapasso, which is like a baby Amarone. And the reason we do this is because these are wines that are, probably $50 or higher retail. So how do you find one then that is sort of emblematic of the grape and of the quality, but fits within the price structure of the wine club? Because I think most of you would like to get at least a few bottles of wine every month. I mean, I could probably do one wine and fill up the whole budget some months, but more on that another time, because I do want to figure a way where we can start offering more special wines to you all too. But we'll get into that another time. So anyway, tasted all these Barolos and Brunellos, and was super impressed with this one. This was, her Barolo Brunello was one of the best that I tasted, that we tasted actually that day. And so came back and checked the price, and I said, you know what, I'd like to offer the Rosso di Montalcino, which again, same winery, same vineyard. Donatella owns 2 wineries in Tuscany. The other really cool thing is that everyone she employs is a woman. Her head winemaker, Valerie Lavinia, is a woman. Donatella's daughter is the head of marketing and sales for the company. Pretty groundbreaking in Italy to have an all-female workforce there. So pretty cool, and especially coming from a very traditional background with her great-grandfather being really one of the founders of this Brunello consortium back, I think it was back in the 60s, maybe early 70s. So very cool wine, very good quality wine. It's Sangiovese. We've had Chianti Classico, we've had other Sangioveses. You get cherry, you get leather, you get earth, you get spice and pepper. This is a more elegant than a Brunello. It's more easy to drink than a Brunello, not quite as tannic, ready to drink now, but would still be a pretty full-bodied wine relative to some of the others that we have. Alcohol is 14%, so it's not too it's not that big in that regard, but you're going to find that it's tannic, it's acidic, in addition to that earth, maybe a little tobacco, a little leather in there, just to be nice with a steak, good with red sauce. Probably a heartier dish, more like a ragu than a lighter tomato sauce, probably, I think would be really good. A good versatile food wine with something that's a little more substantial. So But happy that I can offer a wine of this quality, fitting within the monthly price structure, from a really excellent female winery owner, winemaker. So there you have it. That's our 3 wines of the month, and already working on January. So thank you all, and I know you love these videos, and looking forward to your feedback on the wines.